So yeah, this is kind of like an unexpected live moment from here in the church. So I don't even know how good the live feed is going to be because the Wi-Fi doesn't necessarily work that well back here. I don't see anybody has joined us anyway. It was sort of an unannounced live stream kind of moment. But hey, if you watch this later, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, we're getting like a snow apocalypse coming, apparently. But you never really know how much snow that it's going to be. So it's kind of frustrating for me because, you get different weathermen saying different things. We have like 7 or 8 people, meteorologist types, some Facebook amateurs, and they're all predicting something new. So my question to you, wherever you hail, whenever you watch this video, is do you get as frustrated as I do, like when it comes to, snow? Because I never know exactly when the snow is coming and how much we're going to get. And the worst part about this is, of course, it's hitting on Sunday. And you guys know I'm a pastor. So, you got to think about the safety of your people. You got to think of all that kind of stuff. And so it's, hey, DJ, it's good to see you, man. It has been a while indeed, but I was thinking about you the other day. So that's always cool. I'm glad, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. But yeah, so that is what the situation is. And of course, I'm going to put out a video all about the snowstorm when it hits. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go live a lot. We're going to have a good time. That's the plan. But you guys know how that works. Hello, Juan Thomas. You guys know how going live works. Like the life where you can't go out, can't make a video like you want to. DJI says, I don't believe they know what they are talking about. I don't either. I think they make this stuff up as they go sometimes. There's this one guy that a friend of ours told us about. I'm going to have to put the phone right here because it's shaking too much. Hello. But yeah, there's this one guy, I'm not going to say the Facebook, even though it's like an ad-based Facebook page, so I'm pretty sure he's like a personality. I probably could mention the name, but maybe later. I don't know. Anyway, apparently he is like the best meteorologist that's not a meteorologist. He's a scientist. Let me get that bottle of water out of the way. Yeah, that's better. But he's like the #1 guru when it comes to predicting our snows here in the Shenandoah and all the way into the Tennessee Valley. The Mid-Atlantic region, if you will. And so, that's not the Mid-Atlantic region, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, they're predicting up to 10 to 14 inches of snow. Actually, one report, though, said 6 to 10 inches. One report said 8 to 12 inches. Are you following what I'm saying here? And, of course, this has been going on all week. The first time we heard about it, I think it was on Tuesday, that they said we were going to get all this snow apocalypse on Tuesday, but only one weather guy was predicting that. Everybody else was like, no, we don't know what he's talking about. But sure enough, there was like this one guy. And now, yeah, it is here. So see, it's just crazy. And I'm thinking about making a video because I kind of know why that works. And it has to do with the 2 different satellites that are, I guess it would be 2 different satellites. Like you have the European models, and then you have the U.S. models, and they don't always agree. And sometimes the European models are more accurate, and sometimes the U.S. models are more accurate. Yeah, I got a lot of research to do. I don't know, because I'm not a meteorologist, even though I do know quite a bit about the weather. DJI says it's to cause panic and people panic buy supplies. That's the conspiracy theory behind it. And I would believe that. It's just that television meteorologists are less likely to predict big snows. They predict a lot of small snows. This particular snow prediction didn't really come from TV until late in the week. Matter of fact, most of the snow, prediction that happens, it's usually about 3 days out because that's when they start becoming more confident about the forecast. But apparently there's these amateur guys that come out now that have their own channels on YouTube. Some of them are very entertaining and good. Some of them not so much. And then you have other people who, they're really good. And they have a Facebook page and they predict the weather from Facebook. Kilted Adventure, I did not see that. It says hello at the pre-service for the private conference and captions don't work on live. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's good to see you anyway, Kilted Adventurer. Nevertheless, we're here at church. We're having our rehearsal tonight. Today was unseasonably warm. It was actually very nice outside. You would have never known that we're going to get a blizzard. But tonight, and tomorrow, it's going to be really cold. And then come Sunday, it warms up in the morning. It starts warming up during the morning.
And during the morning time, because it has to be so warm to snow and rain. But it starts off with freezing rain and all that stuff Sunday morning of all times. Yeah, and then the snow is supposed to start at 12, according to my Fox weather app. But then the Weather Channel has it later in the afternoon. And then, of course, these other meteorologist guys, they have it periodically throughout the day. So it makes no sense to me. And I know, like, Juan lives in Arizona, and he's a snowbird like I am. Well, snowbird actually is a term to refer to people that move back and forth. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about weather migration. What I am talking about is, you love snow. And Juan loves snow. I love snow. I do love snow. I wish that, I'm a pastor. I can't help this. I wish the snow obviously would hit Sunday night. That would be, best. But of course, there are employers all over the nation that would probably rather, that not be the case. And it goes on and on. Everybody wants snow a certain way or not at all or a whole lot. I know I love watching the Facebook post about wanting snow. And I understand what they're saying, but I don't know that sometimes people know exactly what they're saying when they're like, I hope it rains, or I hope it snows 3 feet. And I'm like, no, you don't. Because you're talking about your neighbors, yourself could lose roofs. I mean, think about how dangerous that would be. That's very heavy. Even 15 inches is an enormous amount of snow that causes all kinds of damage. So it's like, yeah, I'm not sure I want the 15-inch snow, the 20-inch snow, because it's kind of crazy. Kilted Adventures talking to DJI says, I was recently in Memphis, and with no mountains to block the wind, it does get cold in Memphis, and of course crossing the river there into Arkansas. I've got a video coming out in the next week. I'm hoping I can get it done then. It is a fact video about the Appalachian Mountains, and I know what you're saying. You're saying, Bill, but you've already made a video about the Appalachian Mountains. True. I made hundreds of videos about the Appalachian Mountains, but a facts video, a 10 facts video. This isn't a normal facts video at all. It's long. It's actually going to end up being very long, which I know isn't really handy for YouTube right now. It started out where I was needing to increase our views to get us back up into the positive, as far as getting us back to the thresh, on our channel, to make a quick facts video, generate thousands of views, and go back to what I like doing. The problem, though, is when I started making the facts video, I can't stand making simple, generic facts videos. I hate it. And I actually go into some of the reasons why a general facts video, a lot of times they're inaccurate, because when you try to reduce a fact to make it simple and to make it digestible, you're losing a lot of information that can sometimes, it discredits the fact in general. You guys need to be looking out for that one. This video, I'm putting a lot of effort into this video, a whole lot of research, a whole lot of effort. I even wrote the online Encyclopedia Britannica because listen, this is crazy. They got some information wrong. And I don't mean just a little bit of information. They absolutely, I'm talking about fake news, misinformation kind of stuff. It isn't anything like evil. It's just they misidentified two enormous well-populated areas and their terrain features in such a way that, let's say you were an 8th grade kid doing a report. If the teacher saw the report, they would, you would get in trouble, or, you wouldn't get as high of a grade because, the information in there is opposite of the truth. It's just not true. And so I talk about that in the video and kind of let everybody know how that worked. What is it like to, I've never done that. I've never submitted anything to Wikipedia. I've never submitted anything to, Encyclopedia Britannica online to say, hey, this is wrong, even though I've learned some stuff in Wiki that just isn't true. Wikipedia, as well as the Encyclopedia Britannica, that isn't true. Like, you look at it and you go, that's not true. But it's not bad enough for me to take the time and the effort to register, provide my email address, hit the little CAPTCHA thing, and all that stuff. I've never been passionate enough about the gray information that may be in one of those entries, and one of those article entries, to actually go through all that. But I did for this one, because it was so ridiculous. And I talk about that in this video, and how I kind of allude to the fact that when somebody refers to the I don't actually allude to it, I come out and say it. When people refer to the Appalachian Mountains, and that's where we make the majority of our videos, they look at it as one giant region, and that's what the name of these mountains are. And in fact, there are so many nuances within the ranges of these, within the different mountain ranges, that it's really Appalachia has always only been a name on a map. It doesn't really refer to anything. And you guys know if you've watched my videos, because I've talked about this before. I've said things like, the bottom line is that the term Appalachian doesn't even refer to an American indigenous peoples tribe that lived here in the Appalachian Mountains. It actually referred to the Appalachians in Florida. So it was a sort of a misidentified to begin with. And I talk about that a little bit in this video, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I want you guys to make sure that you are a part of it and that you know that it's coming. I'm hoping that I can get it done. I would love to drop it by Tuesday, but I think it's going to be too big for me because I'm trying out some other equipment. Long story. But nevertheless, I hope you guys are, get ready for it. It's going to be awesome. Help me right now. We're having a little bit of issues on getting the algorithm to cooperate. It happens every January. But when I release these things, if you guys could copy and paste the links in your favorite social media apps, I know Juan has specific social media apps, and some of you other guys do, I would greatly appreciate it. It would really help us out because, again, the algorithm, it's just how it works in January. January is always a tough month. Variety's in the house. Variety Entertainment, he's been posting too, guys. Check out his stuff. And, of course, Kilted Adventure, he's posting. This time of year, you end up cranking out a lot of videos, but it takes until February or March to kind of get your channel going again after the holidays, which is such a pain. But I'm hoping you guys can help me peel out of that. I'm hoping you guys can kind of help that by sharing the content when we put it out. You don't have to share this. This is just sort of like a business meeting amongst friends. But I'm referring to, these other videos to help them get traction. Always comment, things like that. I hate asking you guys to do that because you do it anyway. But it's good practice. It's just good practice to say that. But yeah, so I'm going to go live a few times this week. I'm going to go live, especially for the snow, because it's so fun. And talk about snow and things like that. And I thought we would do that instead of making a video about the snow. Those are kind of boring. They are. And they don't last long. They don't have a good shelf life because the next year, or the next week, or people are tired of snow. By summer, nobody wants to watch the snow anymore. Usually by February, March, nobody wants to watch the snow. But anyway, it's time for me to go. So peace out. And I will see you guys in the coming days. Be looking for that video. Peace.